Happy Friday! It's that time of the week again. It's time for a 5 Things Friday. And this week I am sharing 5 torte tips. So, are you a home baker? Are you a wannabe chef? Do you just like to dabble in the kitchen? Then this is the week for you. 5 tips. Get ready. One of the best things about writing the Bakeshop Mysteries for me has been my research. I have had the honor and privilege of getting to spend lots of time with professional chefs and pastry chefs. They have taught me so many tips and tricks that I try to share with you in the series, and these are some of my quick and easy top 5 tips. So let's get started. Number 1. Do you love coffee as much as I do? I have a serious coffee addiction. My husband, if he doesn't get up in time in the morning, I will have already drained the coffee pot. He's never happy about that. One of my favorite tips though, for keeping your coffee piping hot is so simple and easy. It is this: take your favorite coffee mug while your pot of coffee is brewing in the morning and pour in 1 cup of water. Easy. You're gonna take this and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds to 1 minute. So now my mug is toasty warm. In fact, I don't want to let go of it at the moment. It's nice and hot. I am very conscientious about conservation and caring for our planet. So I would recommend, please don't dump this water back down the sink. I just always pour it back in. It's hot, but I'll let that cool and then I'll use it to water my plant. Then I pour myself a steaming hot cup of Jules' favorite Bakeshop blend. And ta-da! My coffee is steaming and it will stay warm so much longer by starting with a hot mug. Number 2, are you like me? Do you love anything Italian, especially with fresh herbs like basil? I have this basil here and it's so aromatic. I just want to take a little chunk off. Well, prior to writing the Bakeshop series, I had no idea how to actually cut basil. I would go to an Italian restaurant and the basil would be in these like beautiful little strips on top of my pasta. And when I tried it at home, it's like all mushy and gross. Well, one tip, super easy tip that I learned from a professional chef is how to chiffonade. I hope I'm saying that right. Professional chefs, you can stop me. First and foremost, as with any good mystery, you need a good knife. And as Jules always says, safety first. So my knife has a protective sleeve on it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is cut off the stems and discard them. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 4, maybe 5, but let's start with 4, about the same size pieces of basil. Oh my gosh, if you guys could smell what I'm smelling right now. I'm gonna layer them and then I'm gonna roll them up nice and tightly. And then I'm gonna start from the end and I'm simply gonna go slice, slice, slice. Jules, if she were teaching Sterling, her sous chef, would say, be careful, watch your thumb. Don't cut off your thumb in the process. And let's make sure there are no potential murder victims running around Torte. But it's that easy. And then look, you have this beautiful, wonderful sliced basil to sprinkle on top of your pasta or to add to any of your favorite dishes as a garnish. Okay, we are on to torte tip number 3. This is for you bakers out there. This is one of my favorite and easiest tips, and I can't believe it took me so long to learn it. And that is grating your butter. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a lifesaver and a game changer when it comes to flaky biscuits or making pie dough, anything where you want those delicious layers. Instead of like chopping butter or even mixing it up, I learned from pastry chefs, one of their favorite tips is to shred butter. Brr, it's kind of chilly. That's all part of the fun. Okay, so I had my butter frozen for 30 minutes. I have a bowl and just a basic grater, and I am simply going to shred it just like you would cheese or carrots or anything else you're working on. And this simple technique is going to add such new life and fluffiness to any of your bakes. I mean, come on, look at how beautiful that is. Grated butter, who knew? It's gonna change your life. Number 4, whip it good. That is what Bethany would say. In fact, I think in maybe one of the books, she has a t-shirt that says whip it good. That may be coming to an Etsy shop near you, so stay tuned. Okay, here is such an important Torte tip for your frosting, your buttercream, or whatever kind of frosting you're making, really. Frosting takes time and a good whipping. I learned this a few years ago from an incredibly talented pastry chef who I know. And that is that the longer you whip your buttercream, the lighter, the fluffier, the smoother it's gonna be. Prior to learning that tip, my buttercream was always kind of like full of lumps of butter and it didn't spread very well. And I learned that you have to whip for at least 3 to 5 minutes, maybe longer. So let's check this out. Here's what my buttercream used to look like. I mean, come on, it's just lumpy. There's no smoothness. It doesn't even really look like frosting. It looks much more like the start of cookie dough or something. I use my gorgeous KitchenAid mixer for everything, and it does the heavy lifting on this. I set it to high, and I whip it until it's lighter than air. Okay, so I have spared you the real time watching of the buttercream turn into its luscious beautifulness. But can you see the difference? This is light, airy, so spreadable. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you. Torte tip number 4, whip it good. Whip your buttercream. I gotta eat it. Delicious. All right, last but not least, Torte tip number 5. Jules shares this tip. I can't remember what book, but I think when she's making a Southwestern chicken soup. So you'll have to remind me where she makes tortilla soup. It could be caught red-handed. Maybe, I don't know. You'll tell me, right? Anyway, I'm back with my favorite kitchen tool, my KitchenAid mixer, which is like my baby. My husband bought me a KitchenAid mixer many years ago, and I don't know how I lived without it. I'm not getting paid to say this. I just absolutely love it. This one is my cherry red, and now I feel like I need a matching Torte blue. Hint, hint. Anyway, especially with so much baking, right? 31 days of pie. I mean, this mixer, it was put to the test. In any event, my last tip actually comes from one of my favorite online chefs. My husband is a really good cook too. I tend to be the baker in our house and he is the cook. And he is also just like so great about finding interesting people to watch online. And he hooked me on to Damn Delicious Chungah, who I learned this tip from, and I thought, it's so easy and it's so hand saving. And that is this. When you are making chicken that needs to be shredded, you're gonna need a paddle attachment for this one. And what you'll do is you will boil chicken until it's nice and soft and tender. Go ahead and strain the water, and then you're gonna put it straight into the KitchenAid mixer and use the paddle attachment to shred it. It's like magic. Okay, so my chicken is piping hot. It's steaming. I would not touch it. I have just drained it, and usually this is where I would be burning my fingers in the process of trying to shred it. But instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop open my mixer, dump in the chicken, and shred. This is a process that you're gonna wanna watch closely. It's gonna give you beautifully shredded, ready to eat chicken for your soup, your pasta, your rice bowl, whatever you're in the mood for. You can take it up one notch. And you're done. Yay! Thank you, Chungah. Thank you, Damn Delicious. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 Torte tips. Please be sure to subscribe below and click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And I would love to hear from you. What are some of your favorite kitchen tips? Do you have tips that Jules should share in a future book, or have you tried any of these? Happy baking and happy reading.